This isn't happening. It's not happening, right? Okay, good. It's not happening. Let's do this again. Hey, Timberhearth. Well, I'm glad we started early this time and didn't hit the snooze. This is ridiculous. You say that every day of the summer. Thing about damn you, son. Damn you, son. My fear of the sun might be causing me to... God, it's just so close. All right, we're just gonna crash into it this time. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to just meditate and start again. I'm running out of time. I'm so glad we started early. I'm just doing flybys now. Oh, did something happen to my stream? Thank you for letting me know. I'm so glad I came back. Goose, it's time to buzz the planet. Absolutely. It's time to buzz the planet. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I assume you're talking about... I'm gonna go into the sun. God. It dropped for a moment, which actually helped you get an answer to a question. Okay, and the stream ended abruptly for you as well, Parrot. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad it came back. Thank you. Top Gun is I was trying to think of the name of the movie, and I could think of a lot of different facts about it, you know. It starred Tom Cruise. Same for you as well, Null Record. Okay. I haven't seen Top Gun 2 yet. I watched Top Gun 1 many times. Yeah. It was one of Meg Ryan's. Seriously, okay. That's actually the best recommendation I've read or heard about Top Gun 2. If you like and know the first one, Top Gun 2 is fantastic, but even on its own, it's still pretty good. Okay. I'm now going to add that movie to my list. I didn't have it added because I thought, you know what I thought? How good could it be, really? You know, I mean, revisiting that story, it just didn't seem like what kind of story could be told? Not in even... But anyway, I didn't have high hopes for it. I don't have high hopes for a lot of sequels or second parts. Some subtle nods back to the original without being super in your face. There's a few really fantastic moments. Dead Parrot, I really enjoyed it. Very cool. All right. I'm putting it on my list, you guys. These are some solid recommendations. All right, let's just get this done. Do not fly too close to the sun. Let's abort this autopilot and match velocity, please. Match velocity. You know, it's possible to die in a crash. I did seriously just try to feldspar it, and none of my controls work. I'm gonna go spinning off into the sun. Damn it, are you kidding me? I didn't. Oh, I don't think it matters anyway because can't control my ship. All right, let's do this. No, I'm not going to get out and try to fix the ship. You're a pessimistic optimist. Always assume the worst, and I'm rarely disappointed that way. I pulled the injection handle. I was just so overwhelmed by what was happening. Spinning. Unscheduled disassembly happened. Or the ship did it for me. Man. Always go in with low expectations, and it's more difficult to be let down. I mean, that is a true statement, and it sounds, like that's maybe an emotionally smart way to be, but then you do cheat yourself out of all of the fun of the anticipation and looking forward to something good. Isn't disappointment worth that, at least? Rapid, unscheduled disassembly. That is what, let's get it. You know what? We don't need to hit the snooze. Now we're trying to land, and I have developed a reflex that is causing me to be unable to land because I'm more afraid of crashing into the sun than anything else. So I've developed this reflex that's interfering. You hear what I'm saying? About the cheating yourself out of the fun of the anticipation and looking forward and that kind of joy, and you don't think disappointment is worth that? Okay, I'm ready. While you type in your explanations, I'm going to try to make it to the Ash Twin. Hype followed by gripe is worse? Well, I don't know. I mean, isn't experiencing the joy of something worth... I mean, this is how I feel. Experiencing the joy of anticipation is worth the possibility of being disappointed, but it's not as if disappointment is a certainty. Just like falling in love is worth the possibility of being disappointed in love. The disappointment isn't a given. Let's pause here. I can still look forward to something, but I don't let myself get too hyped because I am also less likely to want to watch trailers. So I can go into a movie completely blind, then I get all the excitement of all the little surprises and stuff. Griping is a part of gaming, though. TBF, I don't know that. I know TBH, but I don't know TBF. To be. If I get excited, I wind up looking up too much, and that leads to being spoiled. Even little things are spoilers. I start guessing, was that scene from the trailer at the end or the beginning? To be fair, thank you. Casinos prey on anticipation and hardly ever give anything but disappointment. That is a good example of the point to be made. And with Paladrin's point here, so I get the rush of all the hype leading up to it, but all in the moment of watching the movie. So it's almost more of an explosion of fun when it comes. Okay, I can see that. It really boosted my enjoyment of Top Gun 2 and the Barbie movie, Top Fun 2. Right, not just gaming, but life in general. Yeah. The disappointment is not a given. I believe that the anticipation and there's that excitement is worth looking forward to something, and having little spoilers through the trailers or whatever. I'm actually going to give an example in your from your point of view, in that when there was a Godzilla movie that came out probably like, I think it was like 2018-ish, that I was so excited to see. And I'd watched all of the trailers and I was very excited to see it. I really love a good Godzilla movie. And then, but the movie itself was a letdown. And also the trailers lied, because the trailers actually showed Godzilla crunching through New York City, which did not happen. All the action took place, I believe, like the West Coast and the Las Vegas area. And when I got home from the movie, and also the movie didn't show Godzilla enough. Like, we needed to see more Godzilla. We needed to see more kaiju on kaiju battles. Right. I hate when the scenes from the trailer aren't in the movie. And I noted that too, because I had been watching to see that match happen, between what I had noted in the trailer and what was happening in the movie. And when I got home from the movie, I actually got online and rewatched the trailers just to confirm that my memory was correct, that yes, I had noted that that was New York City and not, and it wasn't in the movie. So, okay, so I had the experience that you're describing where there was disappointment, but that doesn't negate, the joy of the expectation and the anticipation and, looking forward to something. I think that the disappointment afterwards is not a negation of that, doesn't make it not worth it. I still had a lot of fun anticipating the movie. I still have a lot of fun anticipating a lot of things that may turn out to be not as awesome, but that doesn't make me feel that the joy that I felt in the anticipation was misdirected or stupid or, I was being foolish or anything like that. Exactly. And I thought Walter White would be in the whole movie based on that. He was, the exact, what they did. See that? I didn't use a camera, nothing. I took my first chance. I'm right in the path of it. Damn it. I'm getting out. No, maybe I'm not right in the path of it. No, I'm right in the path of it. Wait, I'm right in the path of it now. I feel like there's just no running away from it. This is what people feel like when they're running away from Godzilla, right? It's so huge, it could just be anywhere. I feel like now I'm right in the path of it. What about right now? Okay, Nuka, thank you. Thank you for leaving me on the lurk there. You just enjoy the hype building up in a different way, a more controlled way. I think I don't know why I keep thinking of examples to make your point for you, but that happened with Cyberpunk 2077. The hype train was so huge. And then, thank you, Nuka. I appreciate that. Thank you. Superior modding going on right here. Thank you. Godzilla meets Bam. Oh my God, I've seen that. I have seen that. That is hilarious. That movie, that's just a little short. That is hilarious. You guys look that up if you haven't seen it yet. I laughed my ass off when I first saw that. I'm going to travel back over here towards my ship. I realize I'm just kind of jumping around now waiting for sand to empty from this planet so that I can see things. But my first landing was... Gaming has sort of shifted you to this model. You've been let down a few too many times. I do think that a great example of what you're talking about is what happened with Cyberpunk 2077, when the hype train was so big, people were pre-buying the game, and then it sort of crashed. It sort of crashed on launch, didn't it? And not the game itself crashing. From what I understand, is the people who had the higher level consoles and systems were able to play the game as intended, but people who had the previous console were not able to, and they were experiencing all kinds of buggy ass behavior, and that would be truly disappointing and infuriating because that was not a cheap game. Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, Spore. Spore, I haven't heard of Spore, and I wasn't aware that No Man's Sky also had a rocky launch. Interesting. Starfield seems to have not had quite a rocky launch, but you know what, too, and something that has occurred to me. I'm in terror of two things: falling into the sun and getting caught in a sand flow. But I think my ship might be on that planet over there. No Man's Sky. Okay, hold on one sec. NMS had a very rocky launch. A lot of people were let down. I wasn't aware of that. I feel like when it comes to gaming, if I let the hype get to me when I get to play the game and it's crap, I will force myself to like it against my better judgment. That is a hilarious statement. So you want to sort of honor the hype that you felt before by forcing yourself to like the game, even though there's a part of you that knows it's not liking it. Paladroon says it's had one of the best turnarounds ever, though. It's seriously impressive what they've done. The community that I hang out with, there's a lot of players who are big on No Man's Sky, and Dead Parrot also is one of those people, and GameRat60 plays it, and Suki Black plays it. So these are the people that I've watched play this game, and it seems like it's just gorgeous and there's lots to do, and they are really into it. So I had no idea that at the beginning it was sort of a flop. It was the most overhyped and undelivered game ever, but now for years they went and continuously worked on the game and keep releasing free upgrades. Wow, NMS was incredibly dull at launch. You gave it 3 months and then set it aside. Wow. I had no idea that was the backstory there. The community seems incredibly into this game. And I have read a lot of people who've tried Starfield who compare Starfield negatively to No Man's Sky. Yeah, my ship's over there. All right, where's my... Damn it, you guys. My missions are failing here. 4,000 hours. Okay, hold on. We'll let some time pass here. With some of the most important media releases for me, the more I build myself up, the more I'm robbing myself of the emotional connection when you see it. No info going in means I get all the surprise, and it really grabs me emotionally more than it would otherwise. Okay, I can see that. And Parrot is 4,000 hours since reinstalling it about 3 years ago. So 4,000 hours in a game in 3 years. That's an incredible amount of hours in a game. That has to really have something for you there. The more you build yourself up, the more you're... Okay. I don't think that is the way that it works for me at all. 6,000 more hours and you will be a true master. That's an interesting take. I'm going to just ask this question. Do you feel like you've always been this way, or that you taught yourself to be this way, Paladroon? Okay, here we go. We're here. We don't have a lot of oxygen, so let's go see if we can get into there. So my ship's on the other planet, but I don't necessarily want to just restart right now, because who knows how long it's going to take me to... Wait, where's the door? Which side of this is the door on? Here we go. Oh wait, the other door's around the other side. Of course it's around the other side. Ah. Damn it. my ankles wish I could do that every time. It's been a learned shift in mindset. Okay, I see that. I see that. We all learn from our experiences. I'm an overthinker, so building up, I put too many things together and it just changes my experience. Okay. Snow is why? It's funny how I became anti-hype and set my expectations low. How did snow contribute to you? I mean, would you be offended if I said I think your attitude's a little cynical, like you're just a little cynical, afraid to experience? I don't know. To me, it sounds kind of sad, actually. I mean, no way. There's just no way I can get through this. I'm not doing this right. Obviously, I'm not doing this right. You guys say that it's possible to do it. Snow, Parrot, how did snow contribute to this? You becoming anti-hype and setting your expectations low. It's doable as long as you keep forward momentum. Okay, thank you. All right, I just noted the time. I'm glad, thank you. I appreciate that you're not offended by what I am saying. I do not mean to be offensive at all. There's also a better way to do it. But if this was a time-based puzzle like many puzzles in the game, what would be the solution? Okay, Chuckles says there are arguably... All right, I'm pausing the game because I'm getting ready to take the 5-minute break, but I want to read all of this and really think about what I'm doing here. It's doable in this chamber as long as you keep forward momentum. There's also a better way to do it. But if this was a time-based puzzle like many puzzles in the game, what would be the solution? And then Dead Parrot is answering my question about how snow contributed to him not wanting to be on the hype train. Where I live, the forecast for snow sets off the hype train like crazy, empty the stores, everyone buys sleds, kids eagerly await being out of school. And then, right. But there's also the idea of just being prepared. So you definitely became cynical at 7. Age 7? Okay, as I mentioned, think about the mechanic of Ash Twin, and there are arguably 3 better ways to do this. 3? Interesting. I have the way I'm thinking of, and I have another way in mind, but I wouldn't call that one better. Oh, you guys. Okay, so we can do it this way if I keep forward momentum going. Age 7, that's so young. That's so young. A 7-year-old curmudgeon. And as you mentioned, think about the mechanic of Ash Twin. So the mechanic I'm thinking of is that the sand flow, Ash Twin is emptying. 7 a.m., that's hilarious. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and start the 5-minute break. I'm going to get a fresh cup of coffee, stretch my legs, think about what's going on here and what other ways that I might accomplish this. And I'm on the right track with the sand flow. Okay, good. Because I think if I have to try to fly through these, around these corners in this suit, and my hat is off to anybody who has accomplished that, to get to the gravity elevator, I think that we're going to spend the rest of the time just watching me do that, just watching me die doing that. So if there's another way that we can figure that out, or that I can use these clues and figure it out, then that's that's something I want to try as well. That's actually would be my preferred way. I remember those days. I remember this. I had a childhood in Ohio. And so, yeah, praying for the snow days, listening on the radio to see if our school would be in the list of schools that had been closed, and having to trudge out there to wait for the bus. But still, I was able to look forward to the next snow day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the break. I will be back in 5 minutes, and we're going to get into this. We are getting into this damn warp tower. All right, be right back. I'm back. I'm just catching up on chat here a little bit. Dead Parrot is saying he can get buyer's remorse before he buys something, and so he doesn't have a lot of stuff laying around that you regret purchasing. Okay, I could see that. That's a good take on it. And then your wife is the opposite. She doesn't just ride hype trains. She'd be the conductor if she could. And you're a good balance that way. Okay, that's great. Oh man, that's so funny. She'd be the conductor of the hype train. Being hyped with a group especially can be very fun, absolutely. But in my circles, I tend to be excited for things others aren't, so I don't have friends building additional hype either. That can be lonely, actually, to be the only one excited for something coming and then being unable to infect other people with your enthusiasm. That can be kind of a downer. I've been in that position. I think I'm more like Dead Parrot's wife. Like, I love the anticipation. I love looking forward to something like that, or looking forward to something. I love looking forward to things, and it feels like a party a lot of times, you know. Thank you, Nuka, for reminding me to hydrate. It is kind of a bummer to be, or kind of lonely to be the only one enthusiastic. No one I know has beaten some of my favorite games. Sneaky Twitch. What do you mean, sneaky Twitch? And then that's why Paladin looks up so much Outer Wilds on Twitch. I already am feeling just a little bit sad about Outer Wilds. As much. Waits until the break is over, then runs ads. Oh, bummer. Sorry about that. Speaking of anticipation, so I am getting so much joy out of this game. And I love solving these puzzles and, being drawn into the mystery the way that the game is designed to draw you into it. And so you're handed different puzzle pieces to put together, not necessarily, anything linear about this game at all. But already I'm looking forward to the end of the game, and I recognize that, I'll never have this experience again. I'll never be able to play this game for the first time again. And so looking forward to that, like, oh man, that's going to be a little sad because I'm really enjoying this so much. And so what I'm hoping for is that the studio will put out another game, similar to this. Yeah, I can tell that I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be watching people play Outer Wilds so that I can live vicariously through them and enjoy the discovery through their eyes. You don't watch movies? Okay, hold on. There's always the DLC if you have the stomach for something a little spooky. I would if it were Outer Wilds related, and there's plenty of spooky stuff in this game. Like, the bramble is freaking terrifying. Oof. And also, the trip to Giant's Deep Core was not without its creepiness. You say a little, but you were terrified the whole time. And Parrot, I'm surprised you don't rewatch movies. I have a list of movies. Like, I won't buy a movie that I haven't seen before, but I will happily spend money on a movie that I have seen and enjoyed. Alright, oops, wrong button. I want to get on the map here. But all of my movies that I purchase are ones that I have seen. Okay, there we go. Ash Twin. I'm going to engage the autopilot and just get closer. You were willing to be so scared because, yeah, it's Outer Wilds and I needed more. They have hinted that they are working on another game, but no clue what it'll be like. Ooh, I'm gonna Google that as soon as I get done with the session today. Only a very few, mainly ones that are fun to quote. There's so many that are fun to quote. So many that are fun to quote. Let me abort this autopilot because it is taking me into the sun. Holy Grail. You do own that one. Oh, come on. Don't do this again. Let's come at it from this direction. I want to get on this planet. Okay. And I wanted to think about the mechanic of this game. So you said that there was the sand flow is the mechanic that we're talking about. It's the main mechanic of this planet. And I'm looking at the sun and how close it is. Don't pull me in, don't pull me in, don't pull me in, don't pull me in, don't pull me in. It's pulling me in, isn't it? Is it pulling me in? Am I going to get away from it? I think it's pulling me in. Nope, it didn't pull me in. I don't understand how that happened. But I'm glad. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by the sun. I was distracted by the sun. The sun is a huge distraction to me now. Like I said, I've developed some sort of, like I'm more afraid of falling into the sun than anything. I need to just go ahead and crash on this planet and then navigate over to where I'm going. Okay, let's try to see if we can crash near a... not land. Let's see if we can just crash near the pole because... Okay. Not bad. Not bad. If enough time has passed that your memory of a movie has dissipated, you can watch it again. Oh yeah. Okay, let's unbuckle. All right, I want to just think about this for a second. The sand mechanic being the main mechanic of this planet, but when I'm in the room though, or when I'm under a cover of some sort, so a bridge or an overhanging or an enclosed space, a ceiling of some sort, I'm not affected by the pull of the sand. Brain is very context aware. I can feel like I forgot a game, but once I pick up the controller, it comes back to me. It's frustrating at times. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, a lot of times I can't remember if I've seen... I was just going to say, I'm that way with movies. Paladrin, that's an interesting observation. Try to remember that for later. My time might be running out right now. My time might be running out right now. Now I'm panicking. Hold on. There's my tower. Oh wait, no, that's the sand. That's not the tower. There we go, there's the tower. There's my tower, and my time might be running out right now. What am I missing? What are you trying to lead me to? Time might be running out. Time is fleeting. Lunchtime, doubly so. Go to the cacti. Okay, thank you. Go to the cacti. Nope, I don't see anything. At first I'm like, oh, they're all on the ceiling. Wait, no, they're not. They're not all on the ceiling. Did you miss? Oh, the quote. So this is the one, if I can keep going forward, I can make it. Yikes. I have no faith in that. I'm going to scroll back up here, you guys, 1 second. My time might be running out. Go to the cacti. Shoot. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sand. So let's have a look here. Does anything happen in here that's different? You guys, I feel obtuse. I feel like I'm just not getting it. The sand mechanic. This is the only way into that tower. If I stand on the tower, I get sucked up into the sand. And I'm not affected by the sand pool. The puzzles I have left are some of the more difficult ones. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that vote of confidence. I'm not affected by the sand pool when I'm here. I need to get over there. Think about what I have to get through. Think about that sand and how time might play into it, and put the three together. Late, as in the late Arthur Dent. Oh my gosh, I haven't read that book in ages. I will rewatch a movie, but I will very rarely go back and reread a book. There have been a couple that I've gone back to reread. So there would be a reason that they built these warp towers along the path of the sand, because that's been one of my complaints, that this is incredibly inconvenient. You've read books over and over. Very interesting. I read, I normally don't go back and reread. Although one weird thing, or at least I find it weird, and I find it actually kind of frustrating, is once I start reading a book, I find it very difficult to not finish the book, even if I'm hating it. So you find something you miss every time you reread. Oh my gosh. The Stand Unabridged 3 times? No, I read that once. That book is terrifying. Chronicles of Narnia. I have gone back over the years to reread those. We don't know their intentions. And I will, I just want to finish my thought here. I will reread a book that has, that has sort of a deeper meaning to it, something philosophical, or, something that I can learn from it, like that. So the book Illusions by Richard Bach, I've read that so many times, and Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So I have dog-eared copies of those with notes written in the margins and whatnot. So that type of book, where I'm picking up some philosophy to think about and to ponder, that type of book I will read multiple times. If it's just a fiction book, I usually just read those once, and then tech books I just keep on hand. Not so much anymore. I'm going to restart this loop and come back. Unless I can just... damn it. You guys are making chat too juicy. We don't know their intentions, but the towers work with the alignment of the warp pad, so I think it's just how it had to happen. My wife is asking if you read Terry Pratchett. I'm not sure. Actually, what is... I'm more likely to remember the title of a book than the author. So I'm not really sure if I have read anything by Terry Pratchett. Discworld. I have not read Discworld. That's sci-fi though, isn't it? And I love sci-fi, by the way. I did read Ringworld. Okay. Humor fantasy, basically. All right. The towers work with the alignment of the warp pads. So I think it's just how it had to happen. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna come back. Okay, I have zero faith that I'm going to be able to navigate around these prickly plants. Ray Bradbury, one of my favorite authors of all time. Of all time. My God. Okay, it wasn't really a hint for anything, just commentary since I was talking about them being built along the Sands path. All right. Time is of the essence. Let me get over to this planet. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. Let me do a posture check for myself. Enter in my launch codes. Come on, enter the launch codes. Take a sip of coffee. Thoroughly enjoyed the 5-book trilogy of HHG TTG. That is too many letters for me to figure out. What is the... HHG TTG, I'm not sure. H2G2 was indeed a lovely trilogy. I'm out of the loop. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I only read 2 or 3 of those books. I did not read all 5 of them. I really enjoyed the first one the most. And I get the details of when I read a trilogy or when I read books in a multiple series like that, the story just comes one story in my mind, and I don't separate the details from book to book. Hourglass Twins. We're gonna go this way. Try to catch it on its way around this way. Why am so I'm getting to the planet earlier. Null record, you said my time might be running out because I am lollygagging. Especially books where the editor called the author and said to send what they had because they needed a book now. Have you guys ever read the Chronicles of Thomas? No, it was I can't think of who it was. who I can't think of anything, hence the 5 books in a trilogy. So he was being rushed to them. Publisher wanted more books on the shelves, more money in the pocket. Thomas Covenant, The Unbeliever. Have you guys read any of those books? What a fantastic series of books. And then there was another trilogy that was started by that author, and I don't believe he ever finished it, and I was so disappointed. I'm about to F this up again. Okay. Let's get over here. Yeah, definitely my aversion to flying into the sun. There's the tower. There's the tower. Let's go this way. The Foundation series was great. I think about that series a lot, actually. That was a little hard there. Headlights, landing gear. Are you talking about the Foundation series? I didn't watch the series. I just read the books. Nothing wrong with a crunchy landing. Good, thank you. Appreciate the lack of judgment happening. Okay, hold on. There it is. There's the tower. Being revealed. And we want to be on the other side. Sorry, ankles. Damn it, I don't want to get sucked up yet. It just looks so huge, doesn't it? Like there's just no... I feel like there's no moving out of the way. Every time I look at it, it looks like it's headed directly for me. I bet I would feel that way if I were running from a tornado. All right. Time is of the essence. Over here, the door is being revealed, so we're going to be in there soon. All right, I just want to pause for a second. Before we go in the room, I just want to have a plan, and I think I might try to buy a vowel or phone a friend or ask a member of the audience. Okay, so how time might play into this. What the sand might have to do with it. And there's really just no way I can just like, You think it's just about all to click and it's already visible in the paused screen. Oh, thank you. All right, let me study the paused screen. I appreciate this hint. I know. Pause. There's no better hint right now than you're just about to solve this and you probably don't even realize it. Oh, I so don't realize it. I don't feel as close to it as you guys seem to think I am. All chat is biting their knuckles right now. You're excited. I'm excited. I'm actually going to take a sip of coffee and think about this for a second. I feel like you guys think I'm much closer than I really am. because what's being revealed here is all right, so I'm just going to start this. I'm going to be ready to pause this at a moment's notice. Is it something to do with maybe walking on the sand around the room? And avoiding the prickly plants that way? Reminder, right side. Okay. Yes. Do you mean the button on the controller that's going to pause for me and I want to remember that without looking? Or the right side of the room when I go in? So I'm just going to go in as soon as I can. Okay. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, I want to see what I can see. I can't move forward yet. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. You guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. Thank you so much. Uh-oh. We made it. We made it. Okay. I'm shaking a little bit. Okay, I'm shaking a little bit. I need to pause. All right. Thank you so much for all of the hints to help me get there without actually giving it away, so I get to still feel like I accomplished it.